It's Motivation Monday, and we're talking about sex and relationships. On the first episode, I focused on the challenges that I heard most from the couples that I spoke to. And this week, I wanted to just go a little deeper and offer some possible solutions or tips that could help combat those challenges that we face when it comes to enjoying sex, initiating it, making a playful, adventurous part of your relationship. So one of the big things that we discussed was the tendency to take each other for granted. You know, that with familiarity came a little flatness and a dullness, and people were not really seeing each other. You know, there was a day-to-day routine and things were going on a bit of an autopilot mode. And to that, I would say that it is very helpful to develop a day-to-day gratitude practice. You know, just learning to be grateful, taking the time to be aware. A lot of times we, unfortunately, don't wake up until we have a fight or we break up or, you know, God forbid, tragedy happens and you no longer even have your lover. And then those are the moments where like, oh my God, I miss this or I like that and I would give the world to have this back, you know. Why not really be appreciative, not in retrospect, but when you have the person right in front of you, no matter how many years you have been together. This is definitely something that takes practice, you know, because we are distracted and we're busy and a lot is going on, and it is easy to kind of see but not really see each other. So I would say, you know, take a moment in your day to say, did I really see my lover? Were my words meaningful, my intention? Did I make that eye contact, that true authentic connection, you know? Why wait for the birthday or the holiday or, you know, the anniversary to give your lover that special massage or to bring out that toy that you've been wanting to play with or to try out that lingerie? You know, a lot of times we're waiting for those big moments, those, you know, big dates, and they could be a few months apart, and life happens in the day to day, and you can miss a lot if you're gonna bring your A game or get loose only on those special occasions, you know. So why not, you know, in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon at 12 o'clock, you just grab your lover as he's doing the dishes and you just like truly see him or her and say something that you enjoy or like or that you feel grateful for. And I think all those little moments of gratitude, they can be a bit of foreplay, you know, when you feel appreciated, that could be a turn on when you feel that somebody truly sees you. I think desire gets lost in the flatness of the routine. And even those big dates like Valentine's Day or Christmas or whatever, things can be a little predictable. Like you kind of already know that they're gonna like bring on their game on those special dates. And there's something about mystery and desire that really go together, that when things become a little predictable, they lose a little bit of the spiciness or the greatness of it all. So a moment-to-moment gratitude practice can really help you when it comes to, you know, the tendency to kind of take each other for granted. Number two, we talked about feeling too tired or unmotivated. You know, you have work, you have the kids, you have your, you know, your side job, whatever, you know, all the things that you're doing. And it seemed that people were just too unmotivated or just too tired to invest fresh energy in creating a playful, fun sexual experience that they were looking forward to. So a tip that is really helpful is, you know, look at your day, you know, kind of like the energy flow of your day. What times of the day do you have the most energy? A lot of times we give all of our energy to our coworkers and our bosses and our jobs and the people on the street. And I love this by Maya Angelou. I could be misquoting. She says, save your smiles for the people that matter. You know, a lot of times we invest 90% of our energy in the others. And then we come home with this, you know, 10% leftover. And it's a little bit unfair, you know, because those are the people that are there for us and spend the most time and help us a support system, and we come with our leftover 10 minutes or our leftover 10% or whatever's left in our day to try to make that into a great sexual experience. So I would say, you know, if on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock usually is when you have the most energy and when you're on, make some time to create either a little afternoon date or, you know, to connect with your lover when you're feeling your most enthusiastic and energetic, as opposed to kind of leaving your lover last or your sex life last when it comes to energy and enthusiasm, you know. I've heard this a lot in a lot of the relationship podcasts that we should treat our lovers like we do our clients. You know, seduce them with energy. Like you see people at work, especially when they're working on careers that matter to them, you know, and they're on, you know, they're on their game. And imagine if you had that same enthusiasm and commitment to being on for your lover as well. And the final one that I wanted to discuss was willingness, you know, and it's connected to also being tired. You may be tired, you know, and all you want to do is kind of like just watch some TV or lay on the couch, and your lover may start to kind of like, you know, kiss a little or poke, or you can feel that they're going in that direction. I would say if you're not into it, don't always say no, you know, and this I get from years of going to gyms or working outs. We all love to look good. We all love the benefit of kind of moving and putting that effort in, you know, the muscles and everything. But sometimes, you know, I don't want to go to the gym. It sucks, and I just don't want to deal with it. I just rather sleep or do nothing. But I force myself, and kicking and screaming I go, and even halfway through I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I decided to come. And then when I'm done, I'm just thrilled and energized, and I'm like, yes. And I think the same can be applied to sex sometimes, you know. You may not be into it the first 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, but have the willingness to play, you know, be open to it. And who knows, maybe 10, 15 minutes in, then you relaxed enough to kind of start to enjoy it. So I would say don't block it out right away. Be willing to play. And again, sometimes foreplay is not something that starts right before the sexual experience. Sometimes foreplay is something that happened 3 days before, you know, kind of like a build-up. Of being nice to each other, seductive, of seeing each other with fresh eyes, of having that little afternoon date. And you know, maybe by Friday, then you're feeling so good about each other that you're motivated to, you know, start some sexual play here and there. So those are my 3 tips, you know, develop a day-to-day, moment-to-moment gratitude practice. Find some energized time in your day and put your lover and your sex life in there, you know, the time that you are kind of like on your A game. And finally, be willing and have the openness to play. Even if you don't feel that into it at the beginning, you never know, you know, what could happen. I say, what's the best that can happen? I hope that helps. I want questions. I want comments. I want you to disagree. Of course, that creates an even more interesting discussion. And definitely, if you have some better tips or things that are working for you, just put them down. I'm going to do this because that's what people do, but, you know, somewhere in the comment box. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode.